Welcome back to the Last Love Sports Talk podcast. This here is episode 99 and a half.
Yeah.
We got our LSST late night here. We're recording late night.
It's 10 p.m. here on the east side, eastern coast of
east
the
side
United
of
States.
Yep. Just getting a quick little episode here to get out to you guys coming off of our bye week last week. Of course, we had to join the Steelers, Falcons, Bears boys.
Yeah.
Bears and the boys.
Were the boys?
No,
not the boys.
Commanders.
No, not the Commanders either.
Nope.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It was just Falcons and Steelers.
Yeah. So we're back. I'm with Kian. I'm still Cody. And we got J. Llama Carter. He is known to spit at inopportune times.
Yeah.
As another Carter we may know.
Yeah.
Well, not us personally.
Yeah, we don't know in person. That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Get Jalen Carter on the show.
That'd be pretty cool.
Carson right now is not here, obviously. Homecoming this weekend and
busy.
party. Yeah.
Sure. You get it.
Yeah.
We're going to get into this episode. We're going to do our NFL Week 6 preview, and we're going to start it off with some news like we always do, jumping right into injuries. Starting off with Chargers running back Omarion Hampton has been placed on IR and will miss at least four games with an ankle injury.
This feels like karma coming after me after last week. I just said, it's Omarion Hampton's season. Najee Harris gone, or not last week, but 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now this is also a very, very sad time because now the Chargers play the Miami defense, who is allowing an insane amount of rushing yards per game. They just allowed 206 to Rico Dowdle last week. So this really sucks.
Yeah, it's rough. Raiders tight end Brock Bowers, who was inactive in Sunday's loss to Indy due to a knee injury, is considered week to week. And it sounds like he will not go this week either.
Yes,
obviously.
Correct, yeah. He hasn't looked like himself basically all season. He's wearing a big, clunky knee brace, and he's not running like he usually runs. It sucks.
He was forming into a tight end.
Yes.
Not a tight end wide receiver.
Yes, it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks bad. Buccaneers wide receiver Chris Godwin is considered week to week and has already been ruled out for week 6 with a fibula injury.
Yeah, it's actually on the same ankle that he injured last year whenever he dislocated it, but it's not in the same spot. So it's kind of pretty concerning that it is the same leg, but I don't know if it's better or worse that it's in a different spot. But it's just concerning.
It's very concerning. Patriots running back Antonio Gibson suffered a torn ACL and will miss the remainder of the season.
Maybe we finally get some more Travion Henderson touches because, dude, Vrabel he loves Ramondre.
Yeah.
For one thing.
Yeah.
Ramondre can fumble 3 times in a game, and he'll keep him in there. Mm-hmm. And Antonio Gibson was still somehow above Henderson, so this was aggravating. But it does suck for Gibson, obviously. But maybe we see some more Travion? I don't know.
Probably. Lions corner Terrion Arnold is expected to be out a while as he deals with a shoulder injury, head coach Dan Campbell told reporters. And Terrion Arnold received positive news from his second opinion on his shoulder injury, which will not need surgery, and he's now expected to return at some point this season.
Lions are down a lot of corners. Right now they're starting Rock Ya-Sin, Amik Robertson, and somebody else that I can't remember. And most of those guys outside of Amik Robertson were not their starting corners at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, rough. Jaguars tight end Brenton Strange has been placed on short-term IR with a hip injury.
Yeah, we're going to see some Hunter Long, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brenton Strange had some good times there.
Yeah, he
and
surprisingly in fantasy
showed up a little
he was a guy. Year. Yes, and I always thought he was just like that guy's about as mid can be, and I still don't think he's that good of a tight end, but he is better than Hunter Long would be for their team. So. True.
Bills linebacker Matt Milano is considered week to week after aggravating his pectoral injury.
This guy just can never stay healthy, and it sucks.
That is no good.
The Bills' defense is not looking good right now, so they could use Matt Milano, but now they can't use Matt Milano.
True. Well said. Colts kicker Spencer Schrader will miss the remainder of the season after suffering a torn ACL and MCL.
That's not something you really see from a kicker.
No, that's bad.
Yeah.
Others out for week 6 include Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy, Buccaneers running back Bucky Irving, Panthers running back Chuba Hubbard, Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans, Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall, Raiders tight end Brock Bowers, Chargers left tackle Joe Alt, Chargers right tackle Trey Pipkins, Broncos left guard Ben Powers, Rams right tackle Rob Havenstein, he is doubtful. Bengals edge Shamar Stewart is doubtful. Dolphins linebacker Tyrell Dodson, Colts corner Kenny Moore, Patriots safety Jalen Hawkins, and Seahawks DBs, plural, Devon Witherspoon, Reek Woolen, and Julian Love. They're all doubtful. That is way too big of names.
Yes,
for this point in the season.
The Seahawks have not had a healthy secondary seemingly all year, and that's why they keep getting into these shootouts. They were in a 38-35 shootout last week with the Bucks. And they may be in one again this week with the Jaguars. So that is why. That right there is why. Devin Witherspoon hasn't played since like week 2 or maybe even week 1, which hasn't been good. The rest of these guys are mostly guys who just kind of been injured for at least multiple weeks and just haven't been able to get healthy yet.
We feel for you fantasy people that are going through this. Me specifically, but we'll leave that on the back burner. Here's some good injury news. Packers wide receiver Christian Watson, who was on IR for knee injury, won't play Sunday versus the Bengals, but has been looking pretty damn good in practice, head coach Matt LaFleur told reporters. So that's good, but I mean, they're doing pretty okay without him.
Yeah,
they have a lot of receivers.
Yes, and I don't know what kind of role he's going to have whenever he comes back.
Who knows?
But they did give him a 1-year contract extension before this season to give him another year to kind of prove himself, knowing that he wouldn't be fully healthy for this season. But who knows? Christian Watson looked pretty good with Aaron Rodgers way back on his rookie year, but now we're in year 4, and we just haven't seen that Watson since.
Yep. Steelers running back Jalen Warren, who had a knee injury, and edge Alex Highsmith, who had an ankle injury, are set to return for this Sunday's game against the Brownies.
Yeah.
We're so back.
Yeah, divisional matchup too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Titans right tackle J.C. Latham with a hip injury is set to return for this Sunday's game against the Raiders.
Yeah, not necessarily a great right tackle at the moment. He's a second-year guy, but he's played 1 week, and ever since that week, I mean, all year, even whenever Latham was playing in the first week, Cam Moore's been running for his life, but this does help him at least a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And Cowboys linebacker DeMarvion Overshown could be back in November.
Yeah, he had a brutal ACL injury at the end of the last season, so the sooner the Cowboys defense can get him back, the better, because the Cowboys defense doesn't look good.
Not at all. Trade news, Bengals acquired quarterback Joe Flacco and a 2026 6th-round pick from the Browns in exchange for a 2026 5th-round pick. And Bengals head coach Zach Taylor has announced that Flacco will start this week against the Packers.
I'm so excited for this, dude. I mean,
he has now completed the AFC North.
He hasn't been on the Steelers yet.
You're right.
Oh.
But everyone else against the Steelers.
Yes. I'm
He'll
so
be able to play
excited.
the Steelers from every single team.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
We'll play the Bengals again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this
Wild.
it sucks for Joe because he's going from, I mean, the Browns offensive line is going to feel like luxury, like a luxury couch compared to it's basically like a brick wall compared to like a sheet of paper hanging in front of him. That is the Bengals
like paper
offensive
mache,
line.
kind of like that.
yes, exactly like that. I think that though he is a much better, more experienced, no doubt, distributor to get the ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and Chase Brown might get a lot of check down passes too. I just think that this guy has a better chance of moving the ball. Was he good in Cleveland this year? No, he went 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Yeah.
He got benched for Dylan Gabriel, and then they traded him, obviously. But I think he's an upgrade from what we've seen from Jake Browning this year.
I agree.
Yeah.
And he's got better weapons to throw to there and distribute to. It's just, will he have time and stay upright?
Yes.
That's the scary part,
Yeah.
of course. The Jags have acquired corner Greg Newsome II and a 2026 6th-round pick from the Browns in exchange for corner Tyson Campbell and a 2026 7th-round pick.
This was a very confusing trade.
Yeah.
Because these guys have honestly played pretty similarly since they came into the league. They both had their ups and downs. They were both first-round picks, actually. And now I don't know who thinks they were winning this trade, but Tyson Campbell had like one good year. Greg Newsome has actually had more pretty decent years on the Browns. But I guess that the Jaguars did. I mean, Jaguars are obviously the ones that they're trying to win. They're 4-1 right now. Browns know that this is probably basically a lost season. You're just trying to see what you have in guys. But Tyson Campbell, I know, has a huge contract that he signed like last year, and now the Browns are eating that.
They're good at eating money.
They are good at eating money.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what we get from this trade because right now it looks kind of like even swap. But the Jaguars must see something in Newsome and hope that he can help them on some kind of playoff push.
That good weather down there, I bet he could get better.
Probably.
Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah.
The Ravens acquired safety Alohi Gilman, and a 2026 fifth-round pick from the Chargers in exchange for edge Odafe Owe and a 2027 seventh-round pick.
Hey, go ahead and read who the Ravens signed there next.
Yeah, they signed safety CJ Gardner-Johnson to their practice squad. That's pretty big.
Yeah, it's coming into the season, Carson especially said it, but we agreed with him. The Ravens might have the best secondary in the league.
Oh, yeah.
It has looked nothing like that to begin the year, and that's why they're going. They came out and got two safeties. I'm thinking that they're going to want Kyle Hamilton to move down into the slot. Cornerbacks have not been good. Big names, big contracts, but just hasn't been good. Ravens are 1-4 right now, and they've been torched. So, like, even though the offense hasn't been good because Lamar Jackson now hurt, the defense hasn't been good either.
Yeah, not at all.
And, some of that goes to an extremely hurt D-line because they got to cover better because you're – basically the quarterback of the other team is getting all kinds of time, but they must be worried about seemingly
that room.
Yes, yeah. So I think that these guys are probably. I mean, I think Gardner Johnson is going to get elevated very, very soon, and Gilman is going to be fighting for a spot there too. So
definitely
interesting to say the least. And the Chargers right now. Tuli Tuipulotu has been having a very good season, and they just don't have anybody on the other side from him because Khalil Max, is he hurt right now?
He was dinged up at least.
Yeah. But the things, whenever this trade went through, the things that Harbaugh and Jesse Minter the things that Minter was saying about Odafe Owe, he was just very, very excited, thinking that he could have a breakout year like Tuipulotu is having right now.
That'd be huge. Getting two edge rushers.
Yes.
Like one from each side you need that.
Yes.
To win games consistently.
Looks like Khalil Mack is out for at least a week more or two. He had an elbow. He avoided a season-ending elbow injury, but that was like 3 weeks ago, and he has not back yet. So, yeah, Chargers are trying to get back into the win column because they haven't had a good past couple of weeks either.
No, it's been a little rough.
Yeah.
One more signing here. The Colts signed kicker Mike Badgley, bringing that name back from a little while ago.
Yeah, he was on the Colts last year, maybe. I don't know. He's got familiarity with the team.
Yep. And a cut here. The Raiders have released linebacker Jermaine Pratt, and he was signed by the Colts on a one-year deal. Of course. Of course, the Colts just get more defensive studs.
He's played the second most snaps out of the linebackers on the Raiders. Right now, Devin White is having some kind of career revival on the not revival on the Raiders because the Raiders are defense looks bad. Yeah. But right now he's the number one linebacker, and then Atlanta Roberts looks like he's going to get more time.
Yep. All right, let's move into our Week 6 preview. In Week 4, because we were off last week, it was a bad week. We just had to take a break.
Yeah.
Me and Kean went 5-10. Carson went 7-8. And Kean, you went 1-0 though with your lock of the week.
Yeah, it was the Giants.
Yeah. Go figure.
Hell yeah.
Pretty good now.
Yeah.
And overall total season numbers not good. Carson's 32-29. He's above 500 right now. 2-2 with locks of the week. Me and Kian are sitting the exact same, 25-36 and 1-3 for locks of the week. So not great, but we're just going to get better.
Yes.
And so we're going to get right into matchups, starting off with the Broncos versus the Jets. They are playing over there in London town, and the Broncos are favored 7 points. Kian, who do you got?
I got to go with Broncos here, and we've all gone Broncos.
We have.
Because the Jets right now, they have not forced a turnover in the first 5 games. That is the first time ever in NFL history since they started recording stats that has happened. With a defensive head coach, now turnovers can sometimes be kind of like hit or miss. It's like right time, right place. But there's also like a tenacity that comes with forcing a turnover. It hypes up the entire team, not just the defense. And as a defensive head coach, if that's what you fall back on, is you claim to have, I'm going to get this defense figured out, it's not happening. No. And the Broncos are hitting their stride on offense. Bo Nix has looked better the past few weeks. Looked great in that fourth quarter of last week.
Yeah, beat the Eagles.
Yes, beat the Eagles.
Super Bowl champs.
Yeah. So the Broncos, I feel like this could just be an absolute slaughterhouse. Broncos win, and that's kind of how I'm picturing it.
That's how I feel too. Bo Nix is really catching stride. He's really throwing the ball well, getting a lot of production, and just that whole team, they're just starting to get back into kind of what we saw the Broncos get back into like in the back half of last year, just really connecting, and defense is really humming.
And J.K. Dobbins is looking good.
It looks good.
Yeah.
He has juice still.
Yeah,
he has
does.
The juice. So, all that together, and then making it work with that receiver core that they have.
Troy Franklin looking good. Cortland Sutton, that chemistry that Bo and Cortland had at the end of last year, that was just phenomenal. It's still there.
Yep, they're looking good.
And Carson, his reasoning for going Broncos, he says Broncos have hit their stride.
Yep.
Jets are starting to look like the Jets again.
That's also true.
Yeah. It's really funny. I didn't really realize it, but I was listening to another podcast, and Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, last year in London got embarrassed by the Vikings.
Definitely.
Woody Johnson was the ambassador to England for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So all of his rich friends over there in England saw his team get absolutely crushed. He's like, I got to fire my head coach, fired Robert Saleh, and the rest is history. Now they go back there.
To London.
There's got to be like nightmares. If they go 0-6, let's start here. Does their head coach get fired again?
There's honestly a chance.
Yeah, is Glenn's job on the line here?
Hot seat.
Oh my gosh, that would be crazy. But the Jets might look worse this year than they did last year at this point. I mean, they're winless right now.
They're winless. Big old 0.
Oh gosh,
that's rough.
It's sad. It's always been. I mean, in my lifetime and in your lifetime, it's always been sad times to be a Jets fan.
Yeah.
But we're at like saddest points right now.
It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes for good television.
Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Browns are going into Pittsburgh,
Downtown to the shore, baby.
Downtown Pittsburgh. Steelers are favored by 5.5. Cody, tell me who you're taking.
Well, Browns, they're going to have Dylan Gabriel starting at the helm, I think, right? Yeah,
yes,
Dylan Gabriel will still be starting. And their defense has been very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some may say too good.
Oh.
I'm going with the Lurs downtown. At home in Pittsburgh, just coming off their bye week and then playing in Dublin the week before. Big wins. Vibes are high. Jalen Warren is back in the backfield. Alex Highsmith is back to be rushing the opposite edge of TJ. And I think they got a lot of juice coming into this week. Browns are going through it still. And, I just don't know. Dylan Gabriel's still young. He's still new. This is an AFC North football game in Pittsburgh. Like, he's going to... When a Renegade comes on, he might pee his pants and run off the field. Like, he won't know what to do. So, give me the Steelers at home in this AFC North matchup that always makes for good games.
You're right. This is an AFC North matchup. That's what Carson pointed out here. He went Browns with me. It's an AFC North game with a Browns defense that has been overperforming, as Carson said. Because this is an AFC North game, that means we get big, we run the football.
Sure.
And right now, as far as running the football, the Browns are doing it better than the Steelers. I got to eat my words on this one. I wasn't high on Quinshon Judkins, but he's looked great since he came back from jail or whatever.
Yeah, prison. Yeah,
he's looked like maybe the best rookie running back this season, arguably. I mean, Hawaiian Hampton's looked good. Ashton Genty's looked good. Scadabo's looked good. But Quinshon Judkins, I would say, is right up there with those guys.
Yeah.
Judkins has looked very, very good. And if this is going to be a run game, I think that the Browns can outrush the Steelers. And right now, Dylan Gabriel, they didn't ask him to do a whole lot that last week's game. But he looked good whenever he was doing it. It was his first ever game. Mm-hmm. It was in London. There's a whole bunch of stuff goes into
really rough circumstance.
Yes, going overseas, and I was impressed with the throws that he made. That touchdown throw to Njoku was very impressive. That was an absolute laser. And I think that this guy, he gets the ball out of his hands fast, and really that's all you need to do in this game against the Steelers pass rush that is probably just going to be coming after him like crazy. And I think that the Browns do enough to keep this game probably within 3. Would be my guess, and Carson is right there with me.
Alrighty. Chargers favored 4.5 points are going down to Miami to play the Dolphins. Kian, who you got?
I got to go Chargers, and I wish that I could make this my bet of the week, but I found a better one that I liked for being prop bet. I think that we just talked about it. Omarion Hampton is out. Najee Harris is obviously out.
Yep.
That leaves them with Hassan Haskins and Kamani Vidal. And I am kind of a Hassan Haskins guy.
Sure.
He was my guy for me way back in the day, and he never has lived up to the hype of being a 4th-round pick by the Titans. Getting drafted by the Titans did not help his case.
Doesn't help really anybody.
No, But he's a big back. He's like 225. He's like 6'1". He's a big, tall guy. He moves good for his size. And Greg Roman loves big running backs.
True.
Ever since we've seen him be successful, we've seen him be successful with Gus Edwards and Derrick Henry and Omarion Hampton. He brought in Najee Harris, another big running back.
Yep.
Kamani Vidal is like a 5'8", 200-pound guy. Oh, yes, Hassan Haskins is a big guy, and as I said, the Dolphins so far through 5 games have given up 871 rushing yards through 5 games. Yes, that's like 150 rushing yards a game, which is absolutely crazy considering you just faced Rico Dowdle and the Panthers last week.
He tore it up.
Yeah, he tore it up. I think that this is a get-right game for the Chargers. They've been slumping. It's been a bad slump, and I think that they just need to get back to their roots. They're putting too much on Herbert's shoulders. Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball, and run it with Haskins. And his line right now is like 30.5, and I think that Haskins, they're probably going to split evenly, but they said it's got to be like a committee at first, see who gets hot. I think that Hassan Haskins is going to be the one who gets hot. Greg Roman loves big guys.
Yes. Yeah, give me the Chargers. I'm going to hammer this one and make it my lock of the week. It's just
very good call.
Yeah, this seems like a great get-right game type of opportunity for the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh here, because just last week they lost to the Commanders bad.
Yeah.
And now I think they're going to get their footing back. They're going to be fired up. Jim's got the boys buzzing in the locker room for sure. They're going to come in here and they're going to play good, hard-nosed defense like Jim likes to do. And they're just going to get back to what they do best, and that's play hard defense and Justin Herbert sling the pill and even run like he was early in the season. I think they've just been in a little bit of a skid. So I think, along with Carson, that they're going to get back and really make a statement down in Miami this week.
Yes, and quote from Carson, he's betting on talent and Jim Harbaugh to stop this losing skid against this terrible Miami defense. Let's move to Nolans. The Pats are going in to Nolans.
Yeah.
They're favored by 3.5 points after the Saints' first win of the year last year. Cody, how do you feel about this game?
Give me the Patriots to go down there. Stay away from Bourbon Street until after the game. We don't need to see that before the game.
I bet Vrabel can put it down.
Oh, yeah. Vrabel can put it down for sure. So, yeah, give me the Patriots against the Saints here. I think that the Saints win against the Giants last week was kind of a, like a needle in a haystack type situation. I don't think the Saints have been consistent enough. And what I saw out of the Patriots, I really liked. They are getting a little more consistent. They're starting to click a little bit better and kind of figure out what works for them best. And, it's pretty easy to see in real time that they're kind of figuring that out. Drake May in his second year, he's tying it together. Ramondre Stevenson, other than when he fumbles the ball, he's been very productive in both the pass game and run game. And he's just got a nose for the end zone when he's there, as long as he keeps a hold of the ball. But I like what I'm seeing out of the Patriots so far, and I think Vrabel's going to be fired up to go down there and play against another second-year quarterback.
Yes. I'm right there in lockstep with you. I made the Patriots my lock of the week. Kind of lockstep. Yeah. I think that last week we saw quite a few teams really hit their stride offensively. Yep. Usually we come into the NFL season and the defenses are almost always ahead of the offenses because offense takes a lot more. You're moving pieces. A defense is a lot of seeing and adjusting. Offense, you have to create and conquer. We'll say that. Yeah. Last week we saw a Broncos team hit their stride. Panthers hit their stride. Texans scored 44 points last week, and I feel like none had a bigger click than the Patriots, especially second half.
Beat the Bills.
Beat the Bills. Yeah. Bills are probably still are the Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah.
Or one Lions. Of them up there. Yes. And they went out there and they they only won by 3, but they pretty well handled them in the second half. And
they pretty much stalled out Josh Allen.
Yes, they did. Stephon Diggs had a great game. And Stephon Diggs is 30.
Yeah.
And that was against, Bills' defense isn't great, but like we said, they're Super Bowl contenders. Mm-hmm. So I can almost guarantee that they're going to be a tougher fight than the Saints team that they're about to play here. So for the Patriots to only be favored by 3.5 feels disrespectful. Feels like Vegas is not believing in the breakout that we just saw last week from Drake May and Stephon Diggs and Ramondre Stevenson when he hangs on to the ball. It was a great all-around showing last week, and I bet Vrabel, like you said, is going to be fired up for this game.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Seahawks are going down to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Jaguars are favored 1.5.
Yeah, this one is This is like the unexpected game of the week. Nobody would have thought that this would have been a good game going into the year.
Yeah.
But right now, we got teams that defenses, they're kind of looking suspect, but we got some shootout offenses going head-to-head here. Yeah. Sammy D's been cooking it up down there, or up there in Seattle, over there.
Up and over.
Up and over. Yeah. And Trevor Lawrence, he might fall twice on a few runs, but he still gets into the end zone. That was a crazy
run.
Beat
the Chiefs, baby.
That was an awesome
That was hilarious.
Not awesome because it was, impressive, but awesome because you don't see that. The dude tripped twice and still got into the end zone.
Yeah, you could see what was going through his head. He's tripped, and he's like, crap. Tripped again, crap.
Yeah.
He stood up, he's like, I'm going to throw it away. And then he's like, nope, I'm running for it.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence is actually playing with some sauce, and I didn't want to...
Swagger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to believe it until, last week. Obviously, everybody sees it on primetime, but you really get a better look whenever all eyes are on that game. It's tough to pay attention to every single thing whenever you're watching 6 games at once.
Yep.
But whenever you're watching him on primetime, I was like, Trevor Lawrence he made that dime to Brian Thomas Jr. on the final drive.
In a bucket.
Yeah. Yeah. And Brian Thomas Jr. actually caught it.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? So, as Carson said it, he said this is a toss-up for him. Just give him the home team because both these offenses are cooking. And I have to honestly kind of agree with that. The secondary injuries for the Seahawks kind of do scare me. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing more Travis Hunter on offense. That's bad for the Seahawks secondary.
Yep.
Brian Thomas Jr., if he can catch the balls like he did last week, that's bad for the Seahawks secondary.
Definitely.
Lack of secondary, I guess. So, Jaguars, I got to ride with the hotter team. Seahawks looked good last week too, but they didn't win. Jaguars feels better to win. There's no moral victories in the NFL. You got to win to feel good, and Jaguars did that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I got to take the Jags too for all those reasons, and also I think this win was a big one. Obviously beating the Chiefs, and I feel like this sparked even more confidence into Liam Cohen. Mm-hmm. Like he was fired up after that game in the locker room, and it was awesome to see. And that made me more of a believer in the Jags and in Liam Cohen. And I think I got to ride with them being at home down there in Duval
County.
What's his name? Their mascot's going to be doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
I almost said Sir Purr, but that's the Panthers.
That's the Panthers. Sir Purr. Oh, it's Jacksonville.
Oh, that's awesome!
I think it's Jacksonville, but he's going to be doing he might do some flips into the swimming pool they got in there. I have no idea, but I think
Jacksonville, you are correct.
Yeah, I think they're going to be fired up, and they're going to edge it out over the Seahawks here.
Yeah, we love edging.
We love it.
Okay, let's head down to Indianapolis in the Loud House. That's what they call it, the Loud House.
The Loud House of Luke Sloan.
Cardinals are coming into the Loud House. Colts are favored by 7.5 points. And I tell you what, it has been loud since the Cardinals lost that game. What do you think the result of this one's going to be here?
Give me the Colts. They just freaking beat the Raiders 40-6, and I don't see the Cardinals too far off from the Raiders right now as far as talent levels and smartness levels, I guess. Now, there's been a lot of debate about that. We don't got to talk about what happened in that game. I still don't think that – well, actually, no. That would not have changed my pick here.
Can I talk about what was said? Because I sent it to you guys.
Sure, yes. Definitely talk about what was said.
Because Jonathan Gannon, head coach of the Cardinals, was questioned in a Monday press conference after the game. They were like, what are vibes like in the locker room or in these Monday morning meetings with your team after a loss like that? He's like, vibes are dope as hell.
That's a straight-faced lie.
Yeah, there's no way.
What? No way.
He's had one of the worst losses. People are saying in NFL history, probably not the worst, but one of the worst. You could have gone up 28-6, but Amari DiMercado fumbles out of the back of the end zone. You see a ball snapped off the face of your quarterback. He doesn't dive after it. He ends up having a foot injury now.
Yeah.
All-time bad. Yeah, there's no way that the vibes are dope as hell.
No, vibes are completely opposite of that, and the Colts are still absolutely rolling. So give me them all day long. I think this is a big one here at home for them.
Yeah, I think that the Loud House is actually going to be very loud.
It's going to be loud.
Colts fans got to be so excited.
I bet their
season.
attendance records are crazy right
now.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet they're setting records.
I feel like every Colts version that I've seen since I really started paying attention to football has been the same 500 team just about every year. Since Andrew Luck has left, it's been just Matt Ryan to Carson Wentz to Phillip Rivers. It's been a jumble of just quarterbacks that get you to 500 and no further. And now we're seeing Daniel Jones of all guys.
Don't forget Sam Ehlinger.
Sam Ehlinger's in there too. Daniel Jones of all guys is turning this team into a Super Bowl hopeful. Can I say that this early in the season?
Hopeful, sure, yeah. I think so. They got enough power.
Looking very
they
good.
Can keep up.
Yes. So 7.5 points against the Cardinals team that's feeling dope as hell.
Yeah.
Not going to be feeling dope as hell after this game.
No.
And Carson actually went Cardinals here. He said, quote, the Cardinals have yet to lose by more than 3 points this year, but this is their hardest matchup.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's still going Cardinals here.
Hey, I respect it.
Yeah.
He'll probably end up being right.
Yeah, probably.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Rams are going to the Ravens. Rams are favored 7.5 points. This is a weird one with them being favored, but then it's like, oh, yeah, basically everyone on the Ravens is very injured and vibes are not high and they're not playing well. So who are you taking?
Got to go Rams here. Cooper Rush proved that he could not move the offense last week, and I have no faith that he can move it against Jared Verse and Braden Fisk and Kobe Turner.
Byron Young.
Byron Young is having one hell of a season. And I don't see how Cooper Rush can move the ball this week, obviously. So I think that the Rams should be able to move the ball easily against the Ravens secondary that's now just bringing in guys left and right, be like, hey, we need some help, please. We thought we were going to be good, but we're not good at all. So give me the Rams probably by like 10.
I'm right there with you. The Rams they might have had some tough games here and there, but against this Ravens team that's kind of reeling right now, like they don't know what to do with Lamar Jackson and all that. All those other injuries, and like you said, freaking bringing guys out of nowhere, trying to throw them in to just make magic happen and try to keep up in the whole league, I mean, let alone their division. But I think the Rams they had a tough loss against Mac Daddy Jones last week, but
that's a freight train to go up against.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, I mean, when this guy's pounding bananas, like
that was awesome. Yeah. I said that to Reagan, my fiance. I was just like, it's like, Reagan, you won't believe. She didn't think it was as crazy as I did, but I was like, you won't believe this. This guy's he crawling off the field basically, looking like Scott Sterling. He almost he stopped on his way off the field and it looked like he was gonna throw up.
He was dry heaving coming off the field, and then it's oh, it's just cramps. I'm like, oh my god.
He's getting massages on the bench, and all of a sudden, I don't even know, some kind of assistant on the team walks over, bananas pre-peeled, doesn't say a word to Mac Jones, hands him the banana, walks away, and Mac just starts eating it. I mean, it just looks funny.
He was ready for it. I mean, from trainer's hand to his hand to mouth, that had to have been 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
It was the fastest transfer I've ever seen.
It was so smooth, too.
He didn't even look at it.
Yeah, no, because he's
watching
film on the tablet. He's getting his legs massaged and all. He just sees the banana at the peripheral, grabs that banana, doesn't take his eyes off that tablet. Dude's a gamer right now. But that's not who we're talking about.
No, give me the Rams all day long against the Ravens. Until I see anything different from the Ravens, or until Lamar gets back, I can't bet against Matthew Stafford going up against them and Puka Nacua, and they got it clicking pretty good. I think they can handle it here in Baltimore.
Let's talk about Carolina, where Sir Purr does live.
Yes.
And we're going, Cowboys will be going there. They're favored by 3 against the Panthers. Cody, who are you going with here?
I'm going to take the boys here. I mean, they got a bunch of injuries, so that concerns me. But
yes, CeeDee Lamb and Turpin are out.
Yeah, so that's a lot of their firepower. But I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like the Cowboys it's about time for them to make another I would say another statement game. They just beat the Jets, but that's the Jets. We know how they are this year.
But this is the Panthers.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going, is that's right along with this. I think the Cowboys will have enough depth to make this happen. And, I mean, Jake Ferguson is still there. George Pickens is still there. So they got plenty of firepower.
Yeah, Ryan Flournoy just put up over 100 receiving yards last week.
Yeah, boom, out of nowhere. So Dak on the road typically fares better than Dak at home. So at least in years past.
Jerry World.
Yeah, Jerry World. Yeah, give me the Cowboys. I think that I think it'll be a close game. This 3 line for the Cowboys is pretty good, but I'm going to take them here.
Yeah, I cannot really feel out. I've been a guy who's been wanting to root for the Panthers basically all year. Since the year started, I was like, I want to see Bryce Young have fun. And last week it looked like he was having fun, obviously. Didn't have to do a whole lot whenever your running back runs for 206.
Yeah.
I think that they can have similar success against this Cowboys defense. Obviously not as bad as the Miami defense they just played, but Dallas hasn't been great against the run this year either. They haven't been great against the pass. I think that Bryce Young can find whatever he found last week and lead this team to maybe a win at home. Get this team to 3-3. That'd be pretty crazy to think about.
That'd be big for the Panthers.
Yeah, it would be big for the Panthers. I kind of think we see it happen. And as Carson says here, he went Panthers with me. He said the Panthers are undefeated at home this year, which is true. I mean, 2 games, but they're 2-0.
Yeah, but I just think whenever I was kicking it around in my head, I'm like, when push comes to shove, George Pickens is down there somewhere. Yeah, and like that could be an instant.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm like, I can't bet against that right now.
Yeah, and
as much as I'd like to see the Panthers be undefeated at home,
yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if Chuba came back this week, I might have thought differently. I know Rico just put up a huge week, but if Chuba Hubbard came back this week, I might have been like, maybe I'll take the Panthers here, but Chuba's still out, and just had to ride with the boys.
I mean, another problem with the Panthers, picking the Panthers, could be because Javonte Williams has been playing so well.
He has.
And
he really
this could be a running game of Rico Dowdle versus Javonte Williams. Oh, revenge game for Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, big revenge game.
Yeah.
I didn't mention it because I don't like it.
Yeah, because
that makes me nervous.
He was a starting running back last year, but he didn't really get a shot. Didn't really get a fair shot.
No.
So, yeah, give me Panthers, baby.
That was a gross one to pick.
Yeah, pretty nasty, but it could actually end up being a good game. Yeah. Keep it on your screen just in case. And just look at it every once in a while. Yeah, look at it every once in a while. I'm just saying.
Next one we got definitely a grosser game here. We got the Titans going going over to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. Raiders are favored 4.5 points at home. Ken, let's get into it.
I feel nasty doing this because
Yeah.
I'm alone. Not just because I'm alone, but because I'm picking the Titans. That's why I feel nasty. Cam Ward still hasn't looked that great. Last week he did look better, though, and you saw them.
At least they won last week.
They got their first win of the season. Again, they took advantage of mistakes that the Cardinals were making. And in that game, that was one of the worst losses in NFL history by the Cardinals. That was a pretty darn good win by the Titans.
Sure, yeah.
And I don't necessarily think it's going to keep up because I think that Callahan's gone by the end of the season. I don't think he's a good head coach. I don't think he's proved a whole lot since he got there. Does he have the best pieces? No, but that's because him and his GM haven't worked very well to give them good pieces. You don't draft well, you don't get good players. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But being that the Titans just beat up on some shit, I think that they could beat up on some more shit here. Raiders have looked bad. I don't know what happened between week 1 and the rest of the season, but week 1 they beat the Patriots and looked pretty darn good. It was pretty dominant showing by them. Since then, it's just been awful. And yes, it helps that they're at home here, but the Titans are coming in probably feeling pretty good. I mean, better than 2 weeks ago whenever Cam Ward said, "we ass."
Was he wrong, though?
No, he wasn't wrong at all. I still think they're kind of ass, but this is a game of ass. It's like the two toilets swinging at each other.
Yeah, this is a toilet. Double toilet gauntlet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that, honestly, the Titans could still lose by 3, but I think that it's going to be a close game. Not a good game, a close game.
Yeah. 10-7 is still a game.
Yeah, you remember that?
6-3 is still a game in the NFL.
Yes. Remember that punt game with the
Patriots?
Vikings? Was it Vikings and Raiders, maybe? I think it was Vikings and Raiders.
Oh, okay. Well, because Belichick has been in some of
those.
those.
Could have been. I don't know. But
it was in the snow. You couldn't do anything. I think it was Pat's Bills.
Well, yes, there was that game, but there was a game where it was in the Vikings dome. I'm pretty sure that it was Vikings Raiders. It was literally punt, and then on the final possession with time expiring, they kicked the Vikings kicked the field goal to win the game. It was an insanely entertaining game. Honestly, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I bet the sportsbooks made a ton of money that game.
So much.
Yeah, but this could be like that.
Yeah. Me and Carson are going with Pete Carroll and the Raiders in this one. I just can't. Here's the things I can't put my money on. A guy fumbling out of the back of the end zone again to help your team win, and a crazy fumbled supposed to be interception touchdown for the Titans. I can't put my money on that, too.
Yeah.
Though that should not have happened.
I didn't even mention that play.
That should not have happened. They should not have won. They got so lucky last week that the Cardinals are bad. And so ain't no way I'm putting my money. I don't care. That's not a W for the Titans.
I'm watching this game.
Well, it's a W for the Titans, but that's a W with an asterisk.
Yeah.
It's like it's a W, but we played the Cardinals and they dumped.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Raiders here. I'd rather put my money in this kind of gross-looking game on Pete Carroll and Max Crosby and
Ashton Genty.
Ashton Genty. Trey Tucker's been doing it here.
Yeah,
and
but
there.
I don't know where that came from.
So give me the Raiders. The Titans are hilarious, though.
I'm actually gonna watch this game now. You've talked me into it. This game could actually be hilarious.
Glad I could do something for you.
This could be. I forgot about the pick into the fumble into the end zone.
Yeah.
Recovered by Alec Alexander. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, he came over through a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's like, well, kind of.
We thought that whenever the Titans got rid of Will Levis, it's like, dang, they're gonna be boring now. Wrong. Go back and watch last week's game.
The only difference is this guy just doesn't have Mayo commercials.
We need the Mayo commercials.
We need the Mayo
back.
commercials back.
Get healthy, Will Levis.
Yeah, come on, Will.
Beat Cam Ward. Let's go to Tampa Bay. I went to Tampa Bay this summer. Beautiful place. It was really cool.
Beautiful.
Actually, not cool at all. It was hot.
Yeah, well,
hot as hell.
Yeah.
But the 49ers are going there. It's also hot in San Francisco. They're probably going to be used to it. But Buccaneers here, favored by 3 points. I think this is going to be a good game, Cody. Which way are you leaning?
You know how I feel about Baker.
Yeah, but
And you know what I just said about Mac Daddy Jones.
Mac Daddy, yeah.
He's going to go in there and try to break some hearts.
Yeah.
They ain't going to do it. Baker is way too much of a dog. The Bucs make me nervous because they have only basically played close games. They've only won close games, which Carson brings up in his point. But I just got to ride with the Bucs. I like Baker. I like what they're doing. I don't like that all their receivers are basically injured, but we got Tez Johnson coming to fill the role.
Oh, yeah.
And Bucky Irving's hurt too. That makes me nervous, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So Baker's going to have to use his feet a little bit more, but we know he's good at that. I think the Buccaneers they're kind of acting like the Chiefs of last year or whatever that year was where they really only won by like 3.
Last year.
Yeah, at the most. But the Chiefs just knew how to figure it out last year, and the Bucs so far, I think they have known how to figure it out. It's going to be tough, I think, in this one, but the 49ers are still injured also. So it's kind of a toss-up for this game, but I got to ride with the Buccaneers and what Baker's been doing so far. I've seen it more out of Baker Mayfield than I have out of Mac Daddy Jones.
That's fair. Buccaneers, as Carson points out, haven't won by more than 3 points this year. And they've been in some shootouts. They allowed 27 points to the Jets. They allowed 31 points to the Eagles. And last week was a 38-35 win over the Seahawks that came down to the wire. That gives me concerns about the defense. And the 49ers offense has proven that they are back, that they can
make offense.
With nobody. And now it looks like they're going to get Jawan Jennings back. That's going to help him quite a bit. Kendrick Bourne had a game of his life last week with Mac Jones while he was dying. And it's I think that the 49ers offense can move against this Buccaneers defense, and it might be another shootout. Yeah. And I want to bet on the 49ers here. And Carson is with me as well. Just because I think the 49ers defense is going to at least put up more of a fight than the Buccaneers defense is. So I think that's going to get them the edge. Robert Saul has done really good work, especially with like guys like D. Winters, who stepped in for Dre Greenlaw, getting rid of him. And D. Winters has been really, really good. But this could very, very well be a shootout because where the 49ers defense isn't good has been their secondary and pass. And Cody's and probably some scrambling in there too.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
Yeah.
That's what makes me the most nervous is the 49ers defense probably, and that they still have Christian McCaffrey on the field because he can do a lot by himself, clearly. Moving on to the Bengals going to the Packers. Packers are favored 14.5 points here. Keen, what do we think?
Well, we're all on the Bengals here.
Yeah.
And I'll start this off by reading Carson's. 'Cause
Yep.
in all caps, he says, no way Joe Flacco loses by this much with the best offensive weapons he's ever had in his 18 seasons in the NFL. Also, quarterbacks usually do well in their first game on a new team like this because offense is simplified for them and defense doesn't know how the offense is going to be ran yet. I'm with Carson here.
Yeah.
In less words, I guess, Joe Flacco, I think, just knows how to distribute.
Yep.
And he's going to be calm in the pocket. He's going to be willing to, well, maybe not willing to take shots, but he's going to know when to check down. And he's going to know when to take shots deep down the field. And he's, as Carson said, he has maybe the best receiving core in the NFL, the best one, too. And I can't see a situation where they lose by more than 2 touchdowns. That is insane to me.
Yeah.
But I could be eating my words here. They probably lose by like 21. But Bengals feels so easy, and it's Carson's lock of the week, and I don't blame him one bit. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm there with you here. Joe Flacco, my only concern is can they keep him upright and clean enough? But like you said, they have one of the best receiving cores in the league, and as far as getting open quick, those would be some of my top guys to take would be Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. It's a pretty easy pick. So as long as the original Joe Cool Flacco can stay upright, distribute the ball, I think the Bengals can do enough to keep it within 2 touchdowns. But then again, the Packers can make offense quick, and they can make a lot of it. But, man, if Joe Flacco can beat the Packers twice in one season.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Oh, my. Yeah. That would be hilarious.
Yes.
Hilarious. Oh, man. The Packers
we'd have another Flacco jersey on the wall.
The Packers are like, they're in the corner, like rocking, like, no, Joe Flacco again.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
They're so scared.
This can't be happening.
Yeah.
People have been quiet about it because the Packers defense has been good enough thanks to Micah Parsons getting pressure and the corners don't have to cover for as long. But we got to remember the Packers' number 1 corner is a return man.
Yeah.
He's a kick returner.
He is a kick returner.
There's no way he's keeping up with Jamar Chase. And
no.
you can get him 2 seconds in the pocket for Jamar Chase to get open.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco can get it to him, and I feel pretty confident about that.
Yes.
Let's go to Kansas City. Lions are facing the Chiefs here in Arrowhead. Chiefs are favored by 2.5 too. They're 2-3 right now.
Favored again.
Cody, what do you think?
I'm surprised the Chiefs are favored here after last week losing against the Jags, against a red-hot Lions team right now. So I can't go with anyone but the Lions here. I mean, this seems like a home run, like kind of walk in the park, like give it to me all day long. The Lions are rolling. They can, like I just talked about the Packers, they can make offense. They can make it quick. They haven't dropped off in that at all. The only concern is defense, but I don't care. They can make so much offense. Amon-Ra is going insane this year, and their running back duo is lights out. Probably so far the best running backfield in the league. I think that's,
The Falcons are probably close. Bijan's looked good.
But either way, they're very good. They can make a lot of offense, enough offense to overcome any defensive struggles they may have against the Chiefs. But the Chiefs haven't been that scary on the offensive side as far as for the Lions needing to stop them. So, give me the Lions.
Yeah, I was really surprised by this line. It's almost like this line's going to burn you. Vegas knows more than we do.
Vegas knows something we don't.
Yeah, and that's why Carson went Chiefs here. He said the Chiefs aren't going to fall to 2-4, especially at Arrowhead, which is a very fair case.
Yeah.
But I don't want to bet against the Lions right now.
No.
I mean, you laid it out. The offense looks like it has not skipped a beat, all except for week 1.
Yeah,
they were taking a breath. They were going,
yeah.
And now they're just blowing
hard.
They're blowing. Blowing teams out is what I meant by blowing. And I don't want to bet against the Lions right now. And I think that the Lions just go in here. Yeah, they've had not a fantastic defense, but the offense has just been so damn good. I bet they go into the Chiefs stadium and they're just like, keep up. I dare you. Try to keep up.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to do enough to get a win here.
Yeah, that'll be a good game.
Yes, definitely.
Buffalo Bills going down to Atlanta to play the Falcons. Bills are favored 4.5 points here. Kian, your Falcons playing the big hotshot Bills that just coming off a loss last week.
Yeah, I had to go Falcons here, and Carson did too. I feel bad for Carson. I got him hooked on this Falcons thing. I talked too many times about it, and then he started to believe it. But Carson said the Falcons will either cover the spread / win or lose by 20+. There's no in between. And he's exactly right.
He's exactly right. Yeah.
I just kind of bet on I think the Falcons' offense is good enough to take advantage of this Bills' defense that has looked kind of suspect, and now they're kind of looking fraudulent. Like, okay, you guys played some bad teams to the beginning of the year. That's why you looked better. And secondary hasn't looked good for the Bills, and I think Michael Penix is just going to chuck it all over the yard. Bijan Robinson this year has looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
Maybe best running back in the league.
Yep.
The way I could talk about Bijan Robinson all day because the way this guy moves and break tackles is unlike anything I've ever seen. He's so damn slippery, and I don't know how he does it. But I think that is going to play a big part in taking advantage of this Bills defense that is now, after last week, like, they're getting some question marks in there, and Falcons have enough to take advantage.
I like the Bills here down in Atlanta. Josh Allen, to me, over the years we've seen it, but he doesn't feel like a guy that's going to take 2 losses in a row. He's not going to take kindly to a game where he was kind of stalled out. That's not normally what we see out of the Bills. If they lose. Like, if they lose, it is normally primarily on their defense. You're like, okay,
it's not on Josh.
Primarily on their defense. Josh ran for 100 yards, threw for 200, and had 4 touchdowns total. Last week, Josh Allen was a little bit stalled out, to be honest, playing the Patriots, and that is uncommon. He had 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had 53 rush yards, but just... That sounds okay, but if you actually watch the game, the second half looked different. Yeah. The second half did not look good. They were not all put together on the Bills' side. So I think that's something they go back into the film room, get fixed, and they're going to be hitting on all cylinders coming out here against the Falcons. And, it'll just be a game of whether the Falcons can keep up.
Yeah,
I think because it could turn into just the Josh Allen show down there in Atlanta, as he likes to do. But, so I had to go with the Bills here. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think that is going to be a really, really good game. Bears are going to D.C., the capital of our beautiful country that we have here.
US of A.
And the Commanders are favored by 4.5 points. Cody, what do you think is going to happen in the nation's capital on Monday nights? 2 Monday night games again.
2 Monday night games.
Yeah.
Don't like it. 7 and 8? I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, come on.
Whatever. I'm going to ride with the Commanders and Jaden Daniels here. Jaden Daniels was my main turning point here because I really didn't know which way to go. I'm like, well, the Bears, which I think they were the other one on bye. I think. If we
yes, yeah.
Anyways, but Bears were on bye last week, and they were coming off of, beating the Raiders, which is good, but they beat them by a point, which is not much. The Bears just make me nervous because I don't have a lot of confidence in Caleb Williams yet. I did, but it's looked a little rougher lately. That seems like teams and the league are catching up to maybe what Ben Johnson originally tried to do and implement. Now he's having to adjust and work his team out better and work out what is going to work in the league. So I got to ride with Jaden Daniels and that Commanders team at home. Bears coming off a bye. They might not be all ready to click on every single cylinder. So, give me Commanders.
Commanders have kind of impressed me, especially whenever the game.
They beat the Chargers last week.
Yeah, they beat the Chargers last week. I don't know if that speaks more to the Chargers charging or the Commanders playing well again.
In this instance, it's the Commanders playing well.
Sure. Well, I got to go Bears here because coming off a bye, I think that Ben Johnson has a very, very young offense. Bye weeks mean a lot, especially for young players, rookies, second-year guys. Like, he has almost his entire weaponry there. There's a lot of, I guess not almost his entire, but a lot of pieces there. You got Colston Loveland, Luther Burden. Maybe those guys get worked more. Yeah, maybe those guys get worked more into the offense. DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Maybe he gets worked more into the offense too. Romo Dunze is another young guy. Caleb Williams is quarterback, obviously. I feel like good things usually happen in a bye with good coaches. And I think that Ben Johnson, his team hasn't performed spectacular yet, but we've seen some flashes here and there.
Sure.
And I think that those flashes are going to become more and more consistent the further we get into the season. And I think that it starts here with the Commanders right off a bye. I'm sure they had a good week of practice, and Ben Johnson's going to have his guys ready to go for this game. And I think that we're going to have a couple good Monday Night Football games, I believe. But I had to go Bears here just because I believe in coming off a bye week with young guys with a coach who is smart. So,
makes sense.
Bears.
Sure. All right. that wraps our Monday night game up. So let's move into one of our favorite parts of the week.
Ooh,
The
yeah.
LSST POTW, or the Last Stop Sports Talk Parlay of the Week, where we each pick one of our favorite bets of the week. Could be anything. Money lines, player props, whatever you want to pick. We all like to pick one, parlay them all together, and see what happens. We've had a decent record. We've hit some here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kian, get us started. What's your pick for our LSST POTW?
Well, we've talked about the Buccaneers receiving course so far. We've also talked about how we think that game could turn into a shutout with secondaries that have been suspect. And Baker loves to sling the pill. And even if Mike Evans is going to be out, which he is, and Chris Godwin is going to be out, Jalen McMillan is still recovering from his neck injury. That leaves, obviously, Emeka Ibuka having an awesome rookie season. He's going to be the one wide receiver.
Emeka Big
Yes. What?
You didn't see that?
No.
It's just classic Gronk butchering a guy's name.
A Big Boo.
Emeka Big Boo. It's awesome. Look it up if you haven't seen it.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot of CT going on in that brain.
But yes, a Big Boo is the number one, and then behind him, it's either going to be Sterling Shepard or it's going to be Tez Johnson. I want to put my money on Tez Johnson. We've seen the Sterling Shepard show many times on many different teams. The floor is there, but the upside is not. Tez Johnson, even just last week, he keeps getting more and more targets, and last week he had 50-plus receiving yards. Hang on, pull up his
on
stats.
like 5 targets? 4? Or
Yes.
4?
Yes, and he keeps getting more and more. Yes, so last week he went 4 receptions for 59 receiving yards with a long of 27 yards. Right now his line is 29.5. That long catch from last week would have almost hit his over.
Yeah.
Baker was looking to him even late in the game. And I think that Tez Johnson is just so explosive. He's a good route runner. He's going to be, well, I was going to say easy for Baker to find because he might play in the slot, but he's very small.
Yeah.
So he's probably not that easy to find, but he's quick. He runs sharp routes, and I think the 29.5 receiving yards is very doable against the San Francisco secondary that hasn't really looked all that good. So give me Tez Johnson to hit his over in a game, maybe his first NFL start of his career. Super excited for Tez, man. We're all Tez fans here.
Yeah.
Got his autograph right up there. Go Tez!
On the Bucky jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. My pick, I'm going right back to that game. And Kian just talked about the Bucs not having a lot of weaponry in the receiver room. A lot of injuries. So we've seen it before. We're going to see it again. Baker Mayfield is going to use his legs here. So I got Baker Mayfield 20-plus rush yards. He did that the first 3 weeks of the season easy. He was up around 40. The past 2 weeks, Emeka Big Boo has been going insane and just taking up that yardage. But there's not going to be a whole lot of options here. I think he's going to run it a few times, and that few times will probably equate to 20-plus rush yards. That's at plus 108 right now. That feels pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll with that in that same game.
And Baker especially does this late in the game, close games.
If they need it.
Yes, he's a dog. He's going to lower his head, CTE be damned.
Yes.
I'm getting the yards that I need. And then he flexes on you a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
He gets mouthy.
He got that dog in him.
Oh, yeah. So I could definitely see this happening. Carson decided to go with Michael Carter, the running back for the Cardinals, who really just took over the starting job last week.
Easy, yeah.
Over 15.5 receiving yards. He sees a situation where they're going to have to throw, and they're going to have to keep up. I've already forgot. Who are the Cardinals even playing this week?
They're playing someone.
Colts. Yes, they're going to have to keep up,
they're gonna
obviously.
have to keep up, yeah.
They're going to have to keep up, and Michael Carter, honestly, whenever he began his career in New York on the Jets, he was the receiving back there.
He was.
There with Javon. Sorry. He played with Javonte Williams in North Carolina.
Yeah.
But whenever he was on the Jets, he was the receiving back. And he showed that he can still do that. And coming right up off the practice squad last week, he handled like all of the running back touches that the Cardinals had to offer. And Amari DiMercado was the previous, probably still is, considered the receiving back for the team. But after last week's debacle, who knows how many touches he gets, how many receptions he gets. So I could definitely see this line for Michael Carter. Over 15.5 receiving yards against the Colts. Hit. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I love it. That feels like that's – I mean, has Kyler thrown it down the field much this year?
No.
So Michael Carter's a good, easy target to hit there. And, yeah, he's proven that he can play that role and
Yep.
play it easily. I mean, 15.5 receptions, that's a catch or two.
Yeah.
Like that feels like it's probably going to happen
Yeah.
because the Colts defense is so damn good. Kyler or whoever's at quarterback, if he's still injured, they're going to have to take that check down.
Yeah, and Kyler, if he is injured and he is playing, he will not probably won't run as much with that foot injury. And
He's
if
going to dump it.
and if it's Jacoby Brissett, then he knows how to take a check down, being an old veteran who doesn't want to take hits.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, revenge game for Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, it is a revenge game. I swear, almost every team. We're getting up there.
Yeah,
We're getting up there with Jacoby Brissett.
We are. All right, that wraps up our quick.
The odds.
Oh, the odds. Yeah, overall odds for our LSST POTW is plus 578. That's good money.
Yeah,
that is good plus money.
Yeah.
So that wraps it up, our little episode 99 and a half. We're waiting for Carson to do our big episode 100.
Yeah.
We got to think of something good here.
Yeah.
And for all you guys, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We hope you're enjoying it. Let us know in the comments or email laststopsportstalk@gmail.com. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Let us know if you want us to get into other sports at all.
Hockey.
This undefeated team right here, baby.
2-0.
Undefeated. Nothing in that loss column yet.
82 games in the season?
82 games, baby. We're in it now. Hockey season is in full swing.
Yeah.
Who knows? By the time this episode... Well, yeah, they'll still be undefeated. We're good.
No.
But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it a bunch, and we hope you're enjoying football. Enjoy football this weekend and all the fun action.
Yeah.
So, yeah, reach out to us. Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.
Go Flacco.
Go Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
And goodbye from J. Llama Carter over there.
Yeah.
Kept spitting to a minimum. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So thanks again. We appreciate you guys. Catch you on the next one.